Hello friends! Welcome to my September TBR. Here I have all of the books that I am planning to read in September. So let's take a look at what I've got. I was going for sort of a magical little wood elf kind of vibes today. Maybe I should have put on my elf ears. Ooh. No, that seems a bit much. This month is going to be a little bit of an interesting one because I am currently in lockdown level 4 here in Auckland, New Zealand. And if you're from New Zealand, then you know what that means. Everything's shut. Only essential services are open. And by that I mean not McDonald's, not Starbucks, there are no takeaways whatsoever, no libraries, so I get most of my books from the library, so I don't know, I've kind of been scrounging around for what I have at home, which turns out is not that many books. So last month in August, I actually read 10 books, maybe 11, and right now I only have, 6? Yeah, 6 books for my TBR. I don't know how I'm gonna survive this month if we have another full month-long lockdown. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I think I'm definitely gonna get through these books. Well, famous last words. Please. I hope to get through these books quite, definitely in a month. I don't know. But let's see what I have got. I'm using this as an opportunity, I think, to catch up on all the books that I want to read that I already own / are in my house. Some of them are one of them is actually my flatmate's book that I saw and I was like, ooh, I think I've heard of that. I want to read that. We'll talk about them though. Let's talk about them. My very first read for this month is going to be The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I'm so sorry, I know this is like a booktube fave, but I've never heard of it and I don't know how to say her name. I'm very sorry. Sorry for any mispronunciations. I'm actually really dyslexic. Which is funny coming from a reader. I love reading. I've got good reading comprehension. Don't ask me to read out loud. I can't read out loud and I can't spell anything. But I can read pretty well as long as it's not out loud. In my head, it's fine. But I have heard so many good things about this book, and I think some of my friends in my Discord also want to do a little buddy read. I think they want to reread it, so I'm gonna put that in my Discord. I'm gonna start this one first off because we have a very exciting second book. Ooh. The second book I'm planning to read is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. And this one is actually going to be a buddy read with Jamie from Jamie's Library. You will know her and love her. She's fantastic. And Jamie got me this book for my birthday because I had been looking for it in a bookshop and I couldn't find the first one. But also, I wouldn't even want to because look at this beautiful hardcover. No dust jacket. Oh, I'm in love. I'm already in love with it. So, Jamie has said that she wants to buddy read. She'll be rereading this book, and I'm very, very excited. So, she's reading, I think she's doing a buddy read with Caitlin, and then we're gonna get into this one. So, I've got a week to read Red Queen, then we're jumping into Final Empire. We love having a plan. The next book that I want to read and the final book that I need to read from my most recent book haul is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. I've heard wonderful things about this book. I believe it is one of Chloe's favorites, and look at me name dropping this video. Ooh, look at this. I'm name dropping so hard, but honestly, I just love talking about books with people and I love seeing other people's recommendations. So I picked this book up with Chloe under her recommendation, and I believe Jamie has just read it, and I think she gave it like 4 or 5 stars. Like, I think she really, really liked it. So I'm super excited for this one. I believe it is contemporary as well. Like, it's like contemporary with a little bit of fantasy in there. So very excited for that. We love a little bit of a mix-up here. I feel like I've talked about what I think this book is quite a bit, so I'm very excited. I'm excited for all these books. I really want to finish off all the books that I currently own. I don't want to leave any book that I own feeling unread and unloved. I'm just sentimental like that. The next book on my TBR is one that I'm going to be borrowing from my flatmate Henry, and that is The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. Not to be confused with The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I also want to read, but I can't get my hands on because we're in lockdown. I can't even buy any books. They're not delivering stuff that's not essential, so apparently books aren't essential. And I don't have a Kindle, so we're really suffering out here. But I have heard about this book. Even comes with a little bookmark there. How nice. Scorpio Books. Hey, that's cool. I might just add that to my bookmark collection. I have like no bookmarks. It's really sad. I need to get some more bookmarks. I use receipts as bookmarks like all the time. It's so bad. But yes, I believe this is a bit of a mystery. I really don't know anything about it, apart from the fact that people on BookTube like it, so of course I'm going to pick it up. So this one should be a fun one. I think it's also a contemporary. Me talking out my ass. I don't know what this one's about, but should be fun. I'm looking forward to reading this as well. I feel like I've got a lot of variety in this TBR at the moment, so I will be vlogging the next read in its entirety, because it is, of course, the next book in the Warriors series, Fire and Ice. This is Warriors, The Prophecy Begins, book number 2. I do have the whole first series, and I'm planning on vlogging me reading every single one of them because I love Warrior Cats. And from what I remember when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure Fire and Ice was my favorite. Don't ask me why. It might have just been the title. I just thought it was a really cool title. Not to be confused with the Song of Ice and Fire. This is Warriors, Fire and Ice. But yes, I am always excited for a new, well, not new, just a little Warrior Cats reread. It should be super easy. I might try and vlog it and get through it in one day because, you know, they're not exactly difficult books to read. But yes, I'll be doing a full reading vlog of this month, so watch out for that. And the last book that I have on my TBR is a bit of an odd one. It's also going to be a reread. You probably can't even see it. This is The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus. It is more of an essay. Yeah, it's a philosophy book essay. If you don't know Myth of Sisyphus, why do I have to explain philosophy right now? The quote on the front of the book is, "There is but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide." So, yeah. Camus is like the father of absurdism, which is my favorite kind of school of philosophy. It's also my favorite form of theatre and performance art. Absurdism, it just takes really dark concepts and looks at them for what they are, which is absurd. They are ridiculous. And probably the most famous quote from this is that we must imagine Sisyphus happy. If you don't know the actual original myth of Sisyphus, which is that Sisyphus is this guy who has to, for the rest of eternity, continue to push a boulder up a steep hill, and then before it reaches the top, it tumbles back down again, and he has to do that on repeat for the rest of his life. And Camus kind of uses that as a metaphor for our own lives and how it might feel like we are doing the same ridiculous, mundane tasks over and over again, but we must imagine Sisyphus happy. It deals a lot, with the philosophy behind suicide. And my favorite quote, which I think is bookmarked, that's what I have bookmarked, and that is, I'm looking for it, but I know it off by heart. It is, the important thing is not to be cured, but to live with one's ailments. And as someone who has suffered from poor mental health for decades now, I find this such an important book and piece of philosophy. I am very interested in philosophy, and I really want to give this another refresh in my mind, because it's been a few years since I read it. A bit of a strange one to put on a TBR, but when I'm lacking books at the moment, I think it's probably a good time to revisit this. So there we have it. This is my little TBR for the month. It shouldn't be too difficult. As I said, I read like 11 books last month. Sorry, Henry's playing League of Legends. We're in lockdown. What else are we supposed to do but read and play video games? So yeah, that is me for the month. I am desperately hoping that we will only be in lockdown for like another 2 weeks like it's planned, and hope that it doesn't extend more. Honestly, because I want to buy books. I want to buy books. I want to get books out from the library. Please. That's what I want. Obviously, I want everyone to be safe first of all. But I just don't want to get bored. And I don't want to get behind on my reading challenge. I want to power through this. But yes, I think I've got some really fun books for reading this month, and I have some buddy reads, so that will be super exciting. I like having a little reading partner with me. I think it also helps me to motivate me to read more and read faster, so faster as in get through them quicker, not actually just skimming the books and not taking anything in. But thank you very much for joining me and listening to my TBR. Let me know what you guys are reading this month, and I'll also have to film a little wrap up for last month because I have so many books to talk about. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and happy reading to you all. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!